Welcome to another episode of Local Voices, Local Spaces. Today we have a very special guest with us. उहाँ चाहिँ Bayul Creation को founder हुनुहुन्छ. She is Phutshok Ongmoo Bhutia. Bayul Creation is not just a clothing brand, it's also about women empowerment. Ma'am, very warm welcome to our podcast.
Hello, namaste. So my name is Phuntshok and I'm the founder of Bayul Creations. It is a privilege to be sharing this platform with you and raising my voice towards like the local crowd in Sikkim, so that I'm able to talk about my brand and the venture that I'm working on. So Bayul Creation, we're based in West Sikkim. It's in a small village called Chambong in Peling. So, and then it's like I started it. It's been 2 years that I've started this venture, and it is a crochet clothing brand. So it was mostly laid to empower rural women, and so we started it during the lockdown actually, when the entire state, the entire country, the entire world was in a shutdown, like lockdown bhairako belama chai. So Sikkim is a very tourist-based economy, and especially from the place that we started, Peling is a very tourist-based, where there are lots of hotels. Beshi jasto hotel nai cha, and the local people are all employed in the hotels. So the hotels were all under lockdown. There were no tourists coming in, and then so I had also moved back from Delhi after completing my masters, and then I was at home. So I wanted to start something of my own. And that was when I actually got along, like I had an idea in my head that maybe I should do something that would involve local women basically. So I started, we even had before this crochet thing, we started pickle, local chips, all of that also. So, but then I didn't want to continue with this pickle and everything business, because it involved a lot of non-veg meat culture too. So then I wanted to do something very creative. Okay? So one thing that came in my head was crochet. It is a form of knitting which is very common in the Himalayan culture, in the villages around. So then I got in touch with one of the women from the village. And she said that she would be interested in crochet if it works out. So I shared the idea with her, and then we just, in the beginning there's this mother and daughter. So we got along, and then we made, so they made a bag. I gave them the design, the idea, the color palette, everything. So I opened a page on Instagram with the name Bayul Creations. And then when I posted it, so a lot of my friends, there were a lot of supporters. The response was overwhelming. Okay? We got so many orders for that one bag, and then we thought maybe it is I could see some potential in it. Then we started getting more women on board and started creating more bags of different colors and designs and everything, and that's how it started. It's been 2 years and running. Now we have clothing such as crochet tops and sweaters, and it goes worldwide everywhere. So we've completed almost more than thousands of orders for now, and yeah, so that's how the brand is still going on.
अब तपाईको यसको बिहाइन्ड पर्टिकुलर के इन्स्पिरेसन थिएन अब ड्युरिङ लकडाउन नै अब तपाईले जस्ट अब
I hadn't imagined that I would be starting a brand of my own. It was kind of spontaneous, the idea came. It was out of the blue, and then I could see a huge potential behind it, especially involving women. And then what kept me going was, so there was this first set of 3-4 women that I had, and then I used to hear stories such as they were mostly involved in just household chores, household gharkai kaam garirako, and the farming here and there, small household farming. So when I started this, and then I started paying them, not very much also, so because we had just started, very little investment too. So when we started doing it, say I could, they would come over to me and they would tell me stories like as small as it's so nice आजकल त like पैसा देख्नु पाउँछ, like you know, like you get money in your hand sort of a thing like that. So that was very like I felt like I could make a change in the littlest of ways like that. So only expense, like they could feed, so they could go extra mile and like they would have extra money to feed their child like milk or something like that. They could buy extra. So it was, so I think those stories kept compiling and then it kept me going like that. And we have like more women who are like coming on board. They're more interested. They can see like, okay, she's doing well, like, she's earning. They have like extra money for like an expenditure where, so now the hotels have all opened up and they go back to working as the housekeeping staffs. But then this is like, it adds on, so their life becomes a little easier like that, more comfortable.
Oh, Tapile, could you share some success stories or any
like success
of the
stories?
women who have been upskilled by Bayul Creation?
So success stories banda pani, it's like, so this is like it's like a part-time job for them. Like for me, it's a full-time brand that I want to work towards it like that. I want to make it one of the most prominent brands from Sikkim, which is like, which empowers rural women, and not only in West Sikkim. Like slowly we are planning on broadening into like other villages and different parts of the state. So then, like I said earlier, when I hear like those stories, for me that is only a success. They are able to get as simple as kitchen, like like whatever you use in your daily kitchen use also, like as simple as a chopping board. Like Basti Mother, you don't usually get a chopping board, right? But then they expect, like they also want to buy, like they want to be able to go to the market, get a chopping board for themselves and rather use a chopping board that is meant for chopping and not something else that is just gharmai banako huncha ni. So they look forward to all those small things. So it's like, the success is not very big in this, but then it's a daily life, like it's a daily success stories. It's like those little things that matter, like that.
Since we are talking about empowerment, what is women empowerment to you?
Okay, so women empowerment is a very big term to be used, I know. But then, like I've mentioned earlier also, empowerment does not only mean that you have to do big things and be independent like that. Like for me, personally, I feel like you have to be strong in the head, and we live in a world which is very materialistic. In this world, you have to be financially independent to be empowered. It's like you need that support, so for me it's like, so that's why I am trying like in the very grassroots level to get them financially independent in the littlest of the smallest ways, so that they can at least have a stand in their own house and have a voice of their own and can have like demands and they're able to fulfill it themselves. But this is what empowerment means to me right now, and this is why I'm trying to implement it through a platform which also provides creativity, right? And then it is also, so our brand is very like we work on a lot of colorful items, and it's like we're trying to bring art and creativity into making a woman empowered and have a life of their own.
About your future plans, expansion apart from that, are there any other future plans?
So future plans, geographically expansion I would want to, and then the other thing is I would also want to take this aspect of like not only as a clothing brand where I have like customers, okay, but then like for corporate gifting or for souvenir gifting, like with the name, like I would love it if Sikkim is gifting delegates from outside. I want to be a part of the. I want my brand to be a part of it. Okay, like I want the name in it. Bayul Creations, yeah, if it's there in the name, and like when it comes as like Bayul Creations, I want it to be like, oh, this brand from Sikkim, like, and then that's why I would want like people from Sikkim to be more inclusive into this brand, and I want them to be more aware. So I'm very grateful to this platform, so that it can reach like the local people, like more than anywhere else, since we're based in Sikkim and we're a brand that is in Sikkim, so I would want more like people in like from Sikkim to be a part of us and to be aware that we do have a brand like this in Sikkim, like that.
And on the like, it's mostly about women empowerment, but there are people they are also interested in crochet and all, no? So
we're open for it. We're like, we work towards women empowerment,
right.
And women inclusive, but then it's not like like our doors are closed if there are men interested, like that. So we would be very happy if they would also, because usually they take it as a women craft, like a very feminine thing, like that. So I would be very glad to have this opportunity of working with men who are interested in it, and I would want to encourage it in the younger generation also, that you should not differentiate crafts or creativity depending on gender. It's like a personal interest, that there are men who are interested in these sort of these sort of arts also.
Right.
So it's like you should encourage it, and it's not just women based. So it is a platform which is like empowering and helping rural women, mostly because rural women are like women who they're only involved in household chores, like there
they
are
have
people,
the skills, the talent,
but it's not like about this. I've started this thing, so I want to set an example that you can start something of your own. And then of course it's not easy to do business like just by starting like that. You need to have marketing skills that you will learn in time. And I am not a business background person. Like I have been an arts background and I've studied just social science subjects. I was never a business minded person, but then I developed this interest. And of course passion does not come passion you need to have and learn and develop skills along the lines, like that. So I've learned, and whatever I've been learning and doing for now, it's all that my business has taught me. Like I haven't had like theoretical learnings that I studied from the books. So this is also a very huge example that you can learn practically, and it's better
you can start at any age, anytime.
I know, right? You can start anytime, like just follow your instincts,
right,
and then go for it. Like for me, it was like I saw a potential in it, and then I had an idea in my head, so I just started it like that. And in this generation, I feel social media, like you can use it for a lot of other purposes, growth, like you can do a lot of things on social media, and there are platforms where you can like influence the younger generation. Like it's not just for those, like don't just see it in a negative way. Social media, but it's a good platform to start something, and then to like you're able to influence people through it. So it's a good way to start also.
So would you like to give any message to our viewers?
So that's what I'd like to say. It's like follow your instincts, right? And then don't just sit back like thinking. If you have ideas, go out about it. You will have failures, you know, you will like just risk it all, but when it works out and like the universe favors you, it will work out for your good, and like you'll be so proud of yourself that you're actually doing it like that. Like, of course, in the beginning there'll be a lot of like, it from my personal experience, only when I started it, say, yeah, it was, there are like, you are from a generation, you need a lot of validation and acceptance from the society, and this is not something that, you know, people see it as a profession like that.
Exactly.
But it's like, but if you have faith in yourself, and then you can like see potential in whatever you're doing, then just go for it and give it a try. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, today for your time. We would love to have you again in our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It is an opportunity for me to like be able to share this platform, and then, you know, like make people aware that you can do something of your own, you know, and then it's thank you so much. And then I would want everyone to be a part of this journey, and yeah, please do support us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet again in the another episode of Local Voices, Local Spaces. We would like to thank our local space, Manaslu, a boutique hotel located at Deorali, for today's space, and we would also like to give our special thanks to Blue and Yellow Cafe for making it possible.